Good morning, folks. Mel here. I am excited to share with you how to create this open book easel card. I did give you a sneak peek yesterday and just a little video clip, but this is the finished product. Is that not gorgeous? Now this is using the flower alphabet paper by Stamperia, which I had gotten from JS Hobbies and Crafts, which is just gorgeous. This is the page that I used for this card and the card we're going to be building today. There's only one sheet missing out of this paper pad because I actually used it for the matting of this card. But I definitely am super excited to come and share with you how to create this card. Now, we're going to go over the paper. Then we're going to go over the supply list, which I will also link in the description box below, as well as a link to JS Hobbies and Crafts. So you can purchase any of these things that you see here, including any of the Stamperia lines that Shelly carries. She carries an amazing assortment of these, and they're very reasonably priced. As well as she will also have a PDF, a free PDF for the open book pages in all 4 sizes, like I said, so you can create this card. Anyone can create this card now for free with the PDF pages. But definitely love the Stamperia paper because it has scripts in the pages and in the papers. There's script pieces. I used one of these sheets. I used the backing of the pink one, but look at these cut aparts. I mean, you could almost use this as one of the pages. It's so beautiful, just gorgeous. And these are the backs of the postcard pages. Isn't that beautiful? See what I mean by the scripts? It was just perfect. And this one was the perfect script because it says, find that magical place in your world and live there. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so now I'm going to go in and show you how your supply list. I'm trying to make it so it's not super bright for you folks. I'm sorry. It's either bright or not bright enough. I just don't like shadow lines. All right, so I'm going to put this aside and we're going to keep looking at this beautiful paper. See, this is beautiful with the daisies and the bird, and it says beauty in the little things. And then you have all of these. It's so pretty. I just love it. And I really love this page right here with the pansies and the birds, and it says only small things with great love. I've made quite a few with that paper as well. Look how beautiful. It looks green on here. How silly. Okay, let's see if I can't fix that lighting a little bit more, folks. Sorry. That might be a little better. Does that look green still? It kind of does. Well, not if I pull it upwards. It is beautiful paper, folks. I'm in love with this paper. I'm in love with the Shabby Rose. I'm in love with the Atelier. There's so many beautiful papers from Stamperia, so these cards are perfect to use this paper on. All right, so here's your supply list. You're going to, of course, need scissors. These are my favorite, and yes, I put my magnets on them. This is a Martha Stewart scissor. Of course, you're going to need a ruler. You're going to need 1/4-inch score tape, foam tape, ZOTS, foam dots, something to pop up your card with. I am going to be embellishing the card today with 49 and Market florals, which also Shelly carries at her store. And then we're going to also need a scoreboard and a paper cutter. Now, the cool thing about how I do tutorials is I kind of pre-cut everything, and I tell you the measurements, and we just build it together. So we're not having to, you know, watch me cut. You're also going to need your glue. This is my art glitter glue. You can tell it's heavily loved. I buy the giant refills that are this big from Shelly's store, so I can just refill my bottle, and I always just repurchase the nidgers and extra tips in case mine gets bad. And of course, you need your trimmer, which we won't need today, but we will need our scoreboard for this video. So I'm going to, of course, pull out my fancy scoreboard, which is also heavily loved. You can tell I craft a lot. So first things first, you're going to need to cut a solid piece of cardstock base. I'm going to back everything with white, so you're going to need one that is going to be cut at 6 by 8.5. So just like this. And you're going to want to score it at 2 1/8 right here, and at 4 1/4. So that is now your card base. We don't need the scoreboard anymore. And what I do is, of course, you're going to fold it in half like you would any card. I'm going to score it, burnish it down. And then this top flap that's scored at the 2 1/8, I want it at the top, so you can see that. And you're going to fold it up and score it, and then I like to fold it back inwards for the easel part. So your card should now look like this. Not perfect? Okay. Now in the PDF template, you will get all 4 sizes, like I said. And so what I did is they come in all 4 sizes, and let me show you. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is your back page. This is your matted page. This page will go on top of this one, and so on and so forth, just like that. And with these, you will get all 4 sizes, so you can just print them out, cut them out, and then stencil or trace around them, which I did. So hence why you're going to need your pencil. And I've already ink distressed all of this with spun sugar from Tim Holtz, which Shelly also carries at her store. I love Tim Holtz distress inks, and we just got them all in. And so it's super exciting because I have all the colors except for one. So I'm really excited about being able to purchase some more colors that she has. So here's your card bases. Also in here, I've pre-cut your matted pieces. So this is going to be your piece for the inside, which is going to be cut at 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. So let's go ahead and glue down the inside mat, which is what I like to do first. And of course, I'm going to use my art glitter glue because it is my favorite thing in the world. A lot of people use SCOR tape, but I really like the art glitter glue. SCOR tape can be spendy on gluing, but it is more sturdy. So we're going to glue that down, and I'm just going to give it a good little burnish. And the top panels, the 2 panels here, you're going to cut your matte pieces. Now you can pick any color you'd like. I personally just wanted to keep it with the theme of the paper, hence why I used this pink that has all the crackle in it. And these are going to be cut at 1 7/8 by 4 or by 5 3/4. So let's glue these ones down. It's easier if I glue in front of me instead of on camera. That's just me. So we're going to glue this one down here. Give it a good little burnish there. And I'm going to glue this one to the bottom panel. Now this just gives it a really good finished look because you will see the bottom of the front of this card after we finish our pages. So now that these pieces are built, your card is ready to put together. I also cut down a border strip at 5 3/4 by 1 inch out of the white. This is what we're going to use to pop up your card. And this one at 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 by 7/8. Or no, I'm sorry, 3/4. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue this one to this one just so I can get that one done. Now this is what's going to be on the inside of your card to pop your card up at your desired length. See how that works? Which we will put foam on in a little bit. So let's get to your pages. What I like to do first is I like to take each one and fold it inward. Now when you get your template, keep in mind this arch right here is the top, this point is the bottom of your book page. So when you get each piece, don't forget to do that. And make sure you get, a sentiment. You can also stamp something too if you'd like. But I really loved the sentiment, so I'm just going to keep it that way. But I like to fold them all in. So we're going to fold each page in. Give it a good burnish. This card really is a very simple card, but also very pretty and can be extremely elegant or extremely fun. You can put Bible verses in there. You can do any kind of sentiment. I've done one with sea in the pictures from the last video. I did one that had a sea background with a seagull and all kinds of fun stuff. So now they're folded in half. And here comes the fun part. We are going to go ahead and tape our centers. So every center, now turn them all over, including the largest one. Now the largest one, from the point up, you're only going to put SCOR tape on about 2 inches to the point. And that is it. That is on the first one. And you leave it. Do not put any more SCOR tape further up. You're also going to do the corners the same. And you don't have to go all the way down to the edge, but definitely only part, because we're only going to be gluing to this part right here. So the easel card will actually open up. Okay, so that one's done. And this is the one that mats to it. So this one we're going to do, I just like to do the center. Just don't have to be all the way across, but just a little. And then I only like to do a little piece here and a little piece here. Okay, and then we're going to get to this one and we're going to do the same thing. From where the valley or the mountainside is, we're going to put a piece of score tape there, and a little there, and a little here, and again with this one. So you don't use a whole lot of score tape, but the score tape is better than the glue. I'm just going to say that right now. It holds so much better. Now that we've got all of them folded and score taped, we are going to take our ruler, and I should have actually rolled these pages out before I did the score tape, but it's okay. You're going to, excuse me, this is what I like to call rolling out your pages. So you're going to take your thumb from the center. Now the larger ones are a little harder, but it's okay. I like to fold them in when I do it so it still keeps its form. But you're going to go from the center and you're going to score out. So you can create this little arch in your pages. So this is the time where you're going to take and you're going to roll out all your book pages of every single one, including the large base. Keeping in mind that you got to have it facing you, not the score tape side. Roll out your pages. It's so much easier with Shelly's ruler too because it's a lot stronger. So roll out your pages. I guess you could use something else other than a ruler, but the ruler has, I just have a better grip on the ruler. There we go. I like that so much better. Perfect. And then we're going to do the base page as well. Now I'm just using 65-pound cardstock. I have used 110-pound cardstock on these, but it just made the card super heavy, especially for shipping. So I just kind of left it. All right, now we have our card pieces. So what I like to do is I actually like to do these two first and these two. So we do them a little separate. So we're going to take the score tape off the center. Well, you can take the score tape off all three sides, actually. And I like to center this and mat it inside my piece. And I'm going to go ahead and just burnish that in just a little bit. Then I'm going to take my sides here and I'm going to pop it up just a little extra here and take that other score piece down. So it gives that little bit of a pop. See that? That way it looks a little bit more like open book pages. See how that looked? And of course you can still rebend and make sure, because now that it's already been rolled out, it's got that, you know, it's already been folded in that direction, so you can just kind of reposition it. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. Yeah, that's why I said score tape, because the glue, it just didn't want to stay very well. And it took a little longer to dry too. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to make sure I get the center really good. And I'm going to do that one. So I have my little curve there, my little arch. And then here's my other little arch right there. So now we have both. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this one and glue it to this one. Yeah, I like to do them in stages. You can do them however you'd like. For me, this is how I like to do it. And we're going to put this one right there. I'm going to pop that one in, and again, do the same thing here, and the same thing here. So now, look at your beautiful open book pages. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love the bird's nest. I love everything about this particular piece. That's why I like the Stamperia, because it's such mixed media. There's so many different pieces. You can just take your little template and go right over the top and go, that's my front page of my book card. Isn't that just gorgeous? All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach it to the front of our card. So let's take off this score tape as well. And of course, you just want to center it like you'd mat a card. And I like to just put it right there. I'm going to go ahead and just burnish those corners here and get this center really good. And now we have our Easel card. I know, I'm pretty quick, folks, but it is a very simple card, and I've made so many. So now we're going to get our stopper here that holds the Easel card up, and we're going to just take a piece of foam tape here, or your ZOTS, which we carry at the store, which is awesome. I like ZOTS too. but I just didn't have any, so I'm going to go ahead and put my foam tape there. Now for me, I personally like my cards to sit up a little bit higher, just so I can either write a sentiment there and still have plenty of room to write a sentiment in there. So this is where you can open your card, and I like to do mine about 1 inch from the bottom, from that bottom pink piece. So I like to do right about, I'd say right about there, maybe a little less than 1 inch. We're just going to stick that down really good. Make sure that's good. And now, folks, we have our pop-up piece. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just my favorite kind of a card. I'm in love with this. Everything about this. All right, so now we have these beautiful 49 and Market florals that I love a lot. I love that they come with these little leaves and greenery, and then they come with sizes of flowers, so it looks more realistic. So here I am. I think I'm going to glue on the top and the bottom of this leaf here. And I think for this card, because it's so beautiful there, I think maybe I'll add a few things here. So I'm going to stick that down. And, ooh, I like this one. Let's use this pretty card now, or this flower. Now, the art glitter glue is good for this. It really is good for this. I'm going to go ahead and put that flower there and hold it there for just a minute. Actually, get the glue off my fingers. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this little guy here. I think I'm only going to use 2 flowers. Let's see. Right there, I think. I think that's where that one's going to go. Yep. Just like that. And then I think 1 more leaf. Sorry, I'm trying to stay in frame, folks. It's been a while since I've done a tutorial. Let's put this leaf right here. Oh, isn't that just gorgeous? I don't want it to cover the sentiment, so let's just reposition it a little. This art glitter glue is good for everything, I promise you. You can glue anything. So now we have our easel card, and maybe, just maybe, I may want to add like a little flower here too with a little leaf or something, which I just think I might, because I think it's pretty. You know, these are just such beautiful buildable cards. You can do quite a bit of things with them. So, oh, it's so gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful, folks? Now, this is the time where I would go in and grab my glossy accents and my stickles, and I would just decorate it all up. Definitely adding a little bit of hint of glitter there, and maybe on that flower, and maybe make the eggs have glossy accents in the centers of the flowers, and maybe the berries. But, oh, isn't that gorgeous, folks? So here's the card. So don't forget, you can ask me any questions below in the description box. I will answer you. Again, I will also leave a link to in the description box of all the supplies that you need, as well as a link to JS Hobbies and Crafts, where you can get this beautiful Stamperia paper. Love it. She, like I said, she has a lot. I mean, she has a good selection of the Stamperia paper as well as heartfelt, but the Stamperia paper is perfect for these cards. So thanks, folks, for coming and watching today and learning how to make this beautiful card. I can't wait to see yours, and I'll be back soon. I hope you all have a blessed day.